Hello, my friends. You know, of lots happened in the imaging channel over the last week. One thing's for sure, it's never going back to the way it was. Some of my friends reached out to me and said, Ray, we know you did some videos talking about the scenario that happened last week. I sure did. I talked about how a major retailer would come in and buy a major dealership. I've talked about how the push economy is going to be replaced by the pull economy. I talked about the threats of the supply channel and how they're going to start selling A4 copy machines, replacing all those oversold A3s. So rather than have my friends have to run through my YouTube channel to find all those videos, I decided I'd put them all together in one place. So I want you to watch these videos because one thing's for sure, the imaging channel is not going back to the way it was the day before last Friday. So enjoy the videos. Have a great day, my friends. Hello, my friends. You know, if you're standing on the beach and you look out toward the horizon, it's only 3 miles away. But it looks a whole lot farther than that. And some within the imaging channel believe the disruption coming to the beach, called the imaging channel, is farther away because they're looking out toward the horizon. But it's only 3 miles away. It'll be here before you know it. What if one of these companies decides to come into the imaging channel and disrupt the hell out of it? Well, some of you look at those names up there and you say, well, that'll never happen. Of course, anybody that says that'll never happen in the imaging channel or any technology channel, they're just not using their imagination, more than likely. But let's just hypothetically say that Office Depot decides they're the ones that are going to come and disrupt the imaging channel. Well, think about it. They got 1,300 locations. They bought a company called CompuCom because they wanted to sell to the SMB community and they wanted to provide services to the SMB community. Well, you know, Office Depot, they're not afraid to do some acquiring themselves. What if they went out and they bought one of these large conglomerate copier dealers? Now all of a sudden they got hundreds of employees, they got hundreds of technicians. They could add that deliverable to the CompuCom deliverable and home run, they're in business. Why does the imaging channel think they're the only ones that have the power to acquire? Disruption is going to come from outside the imaging channel more than likely, and the big disruptors are going to be the ones that nobody's looking for. So don't dismiss people like Office Depot. Don't dismiss people like Amazon. Because the world's changing, technology's changing, and customers, all they want is the outcomes they desire. The means to achievement always changes. So those prepare for disruption are going to be ready for disruption. Those ignore it or say that'll never happen, they really need to use their imagination. Hello, my friends. I wanted to share a story about a lunch I had with a friend of mine from the office supply business. He called me up and he said, Ray, I'm watching some of these videos where you're talking about the A4 machine. I know you're excited about Lexmark and their printers and copiers. They built the greatest A4 platform in the world. They're focused on A4. And I'm thinking about maybe I should get into the copier business. Maybe I should start posing a threat to the copier guy instead of him always proposing one to me. And as we were sitting there talking, I realized something. All the things that excited my friend about getting into the copier business, quite frankly, are the same things that terrorize the folks that are in it. Things like lowering volumes, because lowering volumes create different opportunities. Things like the fact that an A4 copier running the same volume as an A3 copier only gets one service call to 3 on the A3. Well, less service intervention. Well, that's not really good for an industry that was built on things breaking so they could go fix them. But less service intervention for my friend that wants to get into it. You see, he doesn't want to carry vanfuls of parts. He doesn't want to be doing a whole bunch of service calls. He's kind of intrigued by the fact that 85% of the marketplace is only running enough volume that could easily warrant him replacing that A3 with an A4. And my friend's learning as he walks down the hallway of his customers' offices and he walks by those A3s, well, he's starting to ask some questions like, what's the volume? How much you running? And the customer says, I'm only running about 3,000 or 4,000 pages a month. Well, he knows right then the customer was oversold. He's got a better solution, going to cut their service by 66%. And off you go. And then my friend's walking down the hallway and he sees an A3 running a whole bunch of scan jobs, stacks of paper all around the machine. And he's starting to realize to himself, well, if the customer is scanning more on that A3 than he's printing, maybe I ought to sell him a Panasonic scanner. Because obviously that would be a better experience. because we all know what happens when you scan a whole bunch of documents through an A3 copier that was made to print, not scan more than it prints. So folks, whether we think these conversations are going on because people are watching my videos, or whether we think these conversations are going on because it's the reality of the world, fact is, these conversations are happening. And sooner or later, it won't even be the resellers in other channels that ask customers these questions. It'll be those customers asking those that sell them things these same questions. When the office supply guy comes in or gal comes in, that customer's probably going to say, you know, I've been buying these big old printers for a long time. Do you got a better solution? My print volume's been declining and I keep getting sold these big machines. I'm looking for alternatives. So folks, if you want to be customer centric, if you want to keep the threats from my friends in the office supply business or the technology sector business from taking your business, you better figure out an A4 strategy. Because I don't mind helping resellers of any channel grow their business. That's what Tesla was built for, to help resellers grow their business. And just because some of my friends want to live in complacency or deny the realities of the future, there's a lot of resellers out there that don't. And for those that don't, and those that want to go to the future, those that want to deliver the future to the present, Tesla's the platform for you. Hello, my friends. I've never been accused of not speaking my mind. And this video is probably going to make some people upset, especially some manufacturers. But I get really tired of hearing dealer owners telling me, well, the reason I don't really push A4 is because the manufacturers won't let me because they want me to. They insist I sell A3. They give me all my bonuses. They give me all my rebates based on A3. Here's what I'll tell you. Tell that manufacturer that you're leaving them and take on Lexmark. And the reason I chose Lexmark, I get a lot of slack over that. Why'd you choose Lexmark? I chose Lexmark because they understand where the future's going. They understand that customers more and more need to buy an A4. The problem is you got dealers who insist that they should do what their manufacturers tell them to do when it's not at the customer's best interest, let alone theirs. And at the same time, these manufacturers are telling these dealers, you better sell A4, or you better sell A3, you better sell more A3. Guess what they're doing? They're courting all these other people. They're talking to Amazon about how can we get our A4s delivered through your channel. They're talking to Staples. How can we get your stores to sell more A4s? And sooner or later, guess what's going to happen? The customers are going to demand A4s. You spent the last 10 years insisting on overselling A3s to make the manufacturer happy. And then Staples, Office Depot, and Amazon built platforms to sell A4s, and they're just going to flood the market with them, and you're going to lose. And the manufacturer's not going to tell Amazon, Staples, or Office Depot, well, you know, we got to let our dealers sell these A4s first, because we've been forcing them to sell A3 all these years, and now that the world really wants A4, we don't want you to do it. We got to let our dealers do it. They're going to go where the money is, and they're going to go with Amazon, Office Depot, and Staples, and leave you in the dust. And the whole time you've been loyal to them. Tell your manufacturer that you're going to sell A4, do it right. You're going to be a customer-centric organization. And if they don't like it, call my friends at Lexmark because they'd love to have you as a dealer. Hello, my friends. I want to start this video out by saying Amazon's going to sell more B2B than B2C. The creator of the pull economy, Jeff Bezos, whether you like him or not, he created a pull economy and he's benefiting greatly from it. And there's a whole lot of SMB resellers that have lost many great relationships to the better experience of the pull economy. And the folks in the imaging channel have got to figure out how they're going to survive in a pull economy. They better figure out how their customers can integrate with them instead of them always interrupting them. Because the push economy interrupts customers. The pull economy, you integrate with your customers. When are more dealers in the imaging channel going to allow their customers to buy equipment from their website? When can they add an accessory from their website? When can they look up old invoices on their website? When could they sign a lease agreement on their website and then pull up the buyout whenever they want? Folks, we got to believe that the pull economy is going to disrupt us. And yes, we still have to push some things, and we still have to have feet on the street. But it's not the whole deliverable wide. It's just the few fringes that we need to do that with. I already did a video explaining why you can't live on the fringes when the whole middle collapses. The middle is in the pull economy. And more customers are figuring out that they want to pull products to them. And more resellers and more people that understand the pull economy, which we're seeing as enterprise corporations, they get it. And they're responding to what the customer's desires are. And they're giving them a better means to achieve those desires. So we can continue to live in this push economy and keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And we can let somebody else go to our customers, take our great relationship as our customer pulls something to them because we're all sleeping. We're causing our customers to play tug of war in the digital world. And digital tug of war is not a good thing because your customer will click exit from you and click buy now from your competitor. Hello, my friends. Okay, the alarm clock is going off trying to wake up the imaging channel. Unfortunately, there's still quite a few of them hitting the snooze button because they still think they have time to dream about how great it was yesterday in hopes that it will return tomorrow. Guess what? It woke up. It's a whole different day. I want to congratulate both Staples and DEX Imaging on a fantastic innovative diversification, bringing the pull economy and the push economy together in our industry. This is a huge deal. Well, my friends, thanks for hanging in there and watching those videos. If you want to watch those videos in their entirety, you can find them on my website, Tesra.com. That's TEASRA.com. Or visit my YouTube channel, Ray Stashevsko. You'll find me on YouTube. My friends, remember this. Status quo is the killer of all that will be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo.